Hello, I'm Emilie Dardenne. I'm a lecturer in English at the Université de Rennes 2, and we're here today to talk of the ISUS conference, International Society for Utilitarian Studies conference that is taking place at the moment at the Université Catholique de Lille. And I have with me Rex Mixon, professor at New York University at the Business School. He's also a teacher of philosophy at St. Francis College. He's a member of the ISUS board, and he organized the 2012 ISUS conference in New York. And Philip Schofield, Secretary of the ISUS, International Society for Utilitarian Studies. He's a professor at University College London and the director of the Bentham project. So just a few words on this conference. It's taking place now at Université Catholique de Lille. It started a few days ago. There are researchers from all over the world. We have people from 20 different countries with 3 keynote speakers, Christa Bigvist, Sarah Conley, and Raffaele Marchetti. It started actually on Monday with a summer school for master and PhD students. And this is the last day of the conference. So I would like to ask Philip and Rex a few questions about ISUS. First, maybe you can define what ISUS is and what it means.
Right, the International Society for Utilitarian Studies is an academic organisation which means to include everyone who has an interest in utilitarianism. And really we attract sort of 2 groups of people. One are those who are interested in utilitarianism from a historical point of view. And I suppose the 3 great figures of utilitarianism in the past are the English philosophers Jeremy Bentham, John Stuart Mill, and Henry Sidgwick. And the other strand are contemporary theorists of morality, ethical theorists who are interested in utilitarianism or consequentialism more generally. And so the conference works very well because it brings together 2 sort of groups of people who wouldn't normally talk to each other, so the ethical theorists and the historians. And it's a very nice and friendly mix of people. But as I say, it's not necessarily meant to promote utilitarianism as a contemporary theory, although many of the people who come are utilitarians. It's for people who are interested in utility or utilitarianism or consequentialism from an academic point of view.
All right. Philip, maybe you can talk to us more about one of the topics of this conference, governance, and define governance.
The governance is the way you go about governing things, and the society. Well, I thought you were going to ask about how the society itself is governed, but so I'm going to change the sort of the nature of the question. Just say a bit more about the conference itself, if I may, the way the society operates. What we do is we twist someone's arm, a local organiser, to put on the conference. So it's up to them to choose the theme of the conference. And Malik Botsoreh, who's organised this conference, has chosen to talk about utilitarianism and its influence, or it's the ramifications of utilitarianism in terms of institutional design, which includes questions of governance. But as I say, in terms of the society itself, we leave it in the hands of the local organisers to choose the theme of the conference. And so each conference has a sort of distinctive flavour depending upon where it's held. And we have a template for the conference, which has proved very successful in that you have a mixture of panels and of keynote speakers, and the keynote speakers will address the theme of the conference, whereas people interested in utilitarian studies can submit whatever papers, whatever they're working on at the moment. So you get a flavour of an issue in general, which we want people to think about, but on the other hand, the opportunity for individuals to present their latest research.
All right. So this is the first time an ISUS conference actually takes place in France. Rex, can you tell us where the previous conferences took place?
Yes, thank you. A number of conferences have taken place in the United States, at Dartmouth, at Berkeley, and New York. Conferences also in Japan in 2014 and Italy in 2011. And there are some that I'm probably overlooking. Portugal, I think, at one point.
Yeah, I'm probably the only person who's been to them all.
Okay.
So we've had about 3 in the United Kingdom, 2 in London and one at Cambridge. But yes, we had a fantastic conference at Lisbon.
Yes.
And we've had 2 in Japan. We've been to Canada as well. But this is, yes, the first one in France.
But I think it's quite special that we are here in France, because one of the earliest influences on the development of what today is called utilitarianism is a French philosophe, Helvétius. And so I think it's very quite fitting and wonderful that we're here. A word about utilitarianism, it's a long word. It means, I suppose, the idea of the doctrine of the study of utility, or what is useful to promoting a life of happiness, a life with minimal or no suffering. And the idea is to acts and rules and legislation are aimed to prevent suffering and pain and promote, therefore, opportunity for people to enjoy a life of happiness. And so the aim of the conference is a theme, typically set by the local organizer, and then to bring together scholars and students, graduate students from around the world, and gather together in a wonderful atmosphere of academic freedom to exchange ideas. It's very collaborative. When someone gives a paper, often in the question and answer period following, there's suggestions of additional references that might be useful to the person who's presented the paper, passages they might want to consider. There's a sense in which you can see the sharing of ideas and the building of thoughts and process, which is very much in keeping with the people that are gathering here and the subject matter of the conference. So it's really exciting. It's like an intellectual journey and feast almost, and so we're delighted to be here.
I mean, I can just add to that about utilitarianism in France, is that Jeremy Bentham, who's regarded as the founder of utilitarianism, was very much influenced by the French Enlightenment, and Helvétius is one of the crucial figures there, but Voltaire as well, and the Encyclopedists were very important for Bentham. And what Bentham did was sort of reconcile the tradition of English and British empiricism with the French Enlightenment, and in fact created one of the most influential theories of politics and law and economics for the modern world. John Stuart Mill, the second of the great utilitarians, was in love with France. One of the most important works on utilitarianism was by a French scholar, Élie Halévy, who I was interested to see that his portrait's in the Musée d'Orsay, and there are many other sort of Anglo-French connections, but there's in a sense, utilitarianism is this bringing together of English and French traditions in a very exciting and stimulating and fertile way.
All right. So this is the last day of the conference. Do you know where the next one will take place?
It's going to be in Germany. So it'll be our first conference in Germany. There's recently been established a German Society for Utilitarian Studies, and will be in the University of Louvain in 2018. And after that, in 2020, we'll be going to the University of Illinois at Chicago.
All right. Thank you very much, Rex and Philip. And
thank you.
That's it for today. Thank you very much and goodbye.